Polluted Thoughts Podcast, real talk with real people. I'm your host, Colin Gary. 3, 2, 1, Polluted Thoughts Podcast, back here again on the grind like we said in the last one. Here with my man Rayymond, man. He's the best videographer / music video creator in the area by far. Not even trying to give him that ego. It's just all love. It's the truth. It's the fact. If anybody's anybody around here, you either need a video by him or you got one by him. So we've been trying to get him in here for like a month now. Times haven't worked. I got COVID, and then Frank had COVID too, so shit doesn't happen. But I'm very happy to get you in here and start talking about shit.
We here, yeah.
We are here. So I know Frank asked you a little bit earlier, but from when you started like making rap music, what made you really transition into the music videos and going hard?
It was pretty much just like I was just making music, and then like a couple of my boys were making music, and we were just messing around with videos, and I was shooting little videos on my phone at the time. I had like this little iPhone, like XR, I think. And I just like put the footage in iMovie, started putting it together. It was mad fun, and then eventually we just kept doing it. And excuse me.
You good?
And yeah, eventually I was like, I could do this. Like I could charge people. Started doing little $50, $100 music videos for people all around the area.
Still on the phone?
Yeah. I did my first probably over 100 videos on iPhone.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, it was dope.
That gives inspiration to anybody out there who like doesn't got the like equipment that you have now.
Yeah, you can make something out of nothing. Anytime.
Cole Bennett made like a whole Yachty music video on the iPhone.
Yeah, he's been shooting a lot on the iPhone lately. It's dope. And
Is it the accessibility?
Yeah, or what do you mean, like for the
iPhone compared to like, because I'm sure like even now when you're shooting videos, are there certain shots you're like, yo, I need to use the iPhone to get this, or can all your cameras get the shots that you want?
Yeah, right now I never. I mean, like a few weeks ago I was shooting and I didn't have one of my lenses. It was like this real wide angle lens, like kind of like a fisheye type thing, and I didn't have it on me, so I ended up like using one of those little, those little fisheye attachments for the iPhone.
On the phone.
Yeah, I just ended up putting it on there, and then you could really do a lot with the editing. So yeah, I don't think the camera equipment really matters as long as the creativity is there and like what you're going for,
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, and I do definitely appreciate it when people can, they know that their camera quality might not be great, so they just go for an overall aesthetic, and they try to build something around their camera quality using it as a tool instead of maybe like a obstacle in their path.
Absolutely.
No, for sure. How many did you shoot on the phone before you were like, yo, I can start making money off this?
Before, like how many like free ones?
Yeah. Like how many were you just making with your boys before you're like, yo, I could actually make some money off this. I gotta start making money.
I don't know. I probably made like not many, honestly. Like probably less than 10. Probably like 5, 6 of them. Just like little ones.
It's a quick thing though.
Yeah.
It's quick. Was it like it quickly came to you that could be your business?
Was it like a love at first sight type thing?
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, I just kind of wanted to do something involved with the whole music scene, the local music scene, and yeah, that was like an easy little way in. And at first it was just like a little something to just like make some extra bread, and then it kind of I like fell in love with it pretty much. Like just realized how fun it was, how much fun I was having with it, and yeah, went from there.
Well, you said earlier when we were just chopping it up, you were like, first time I put it in the iMovie, I started to fall in love.
Yeah, nah, it was
So
very
it is
fun.
the editing process that you enjoy?
That's what I was going to get to.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Over time, it's kind of shifted more towards half and half because shooting's mad fun too. But with the editing, you really just like, because when you're shooting, like say you only have like a few hours to shoot, like you can only do so much. People are kind of rushing around getting things done. But then when you edit, you could really just sit down, hone in. You could spend 100 hours on a video and just go creatively nuts with it. Have full control. It's great.
Do you usually like have an idea of like, oh shit, like this will look cool if I edit it this way while you're recording it?
Yeah.
Or is it like do things just come to you as you're sitting there and you can kind of take it on a completely different path than you thought it was going to?
Yeah, it always just depends on the shoot itself, like what the specifics of what's going on. Every shoot's completely different, but the most of the time nowadays, it's like a a little mixture of both. Like there's a lot of run and gun type shit going on. You just run with whatever's going on, shoot whatever, and sometimes not too much thought can go into the actual shots and the shooting. But I always try to keep in mind like what I might be able to do with it in post, you know. Yeah.
Do you usually come up with the original vision, or does the artist?
Usually the artist has like a pretty good idea of what they want, and sometimes they have like, a lot of times people just don't care at all. They're just like, yeah, they got some locations in mind and they just want to kind of
They trust you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, it varies. Every shoot's like completely different. Sometimes people have like extremely specific things that they want, or sometimes I'll come up with specific ideas, and yeah, we just kind of run with it, whatever it calls for, you know.
Yeah, I think the mixtures must always be cool to be able to like, you know, he has an idea and then you kind of like polish it off almost kind of thing.
Yeah, it's great. It's all creative, you know. It's all the creative process. It's great.
Do you have some of the artists come with you to the editing thing, or is that kind of like something you want to do by yourself?
Sometimes, like, it depends, you know. A lot of times it can be difficult to have the artists there when I'm editing it, just because like I don't know, it's like 80% of the process the video just doesn't look great, and then that last 20% it really starts 100%. To come together and everything starts to like, so they kind of have to trust me along that way, you know, because if not, they'll be
same thing like making a beat. It's like if you listen to the snare over and over again, it's gonna sound like shit.
I was trying to make a beat with my girlfriend in my bed the other day. She was not having it. I kept playing like the same thing over and over again. She was like, "How many times are you gonna play the thing?"
Dude,
like, I don't know. This is what it takes to make a beat. I've never even thought about it. I just hear that sound as many times as it takes.
But is that something that you enjoy, like the tedious side of things, where you're kind of sitting there and you can kind of let things come to fruition?
Yeah, for sure. I love it. It's like, it's calming, you know, just being there and having all this shit in front of you. It's visual, you know, so you have something to look at. And then you add the music to it. It's like, it's all just creative, you know, and it's cool. I love the creative process.
Fuck yeah. Is there like a specific genre that's like a little bit more fun than others to make music for or make videos for?
Yeah, it's pretty much only been rap videos for the majority, but
I would consider that the video you made for Geo.
Yeah, I was just about to
say that
say,
one was like, I don't even know how to like put it into words. I've watched that I don't know how many times.
Thank you, bro.
That vibe, but he's got that indie, like he was very indie with it, you know. I know that he like might have been a rapper before, like try, like, you know, he was like put out a rap album, but like that indie vibe, and then the video to complement it was just incredible.
Yeah, that was kind of like...
Is that nuanced for you? Like,
yeah,
to go into that?
For sure. It was kind of like almost like a turning point for me, because when we shot that video, I had done like a few less rap type videos before, but that was like the first like real like indie style video that I did, and it was just like so much fun. Got to really get like artsy and creative with it, and it was just, it was mad fun. I mean, that was dope.
This might be like a shitty question to ask you, but is it easier when you like fuck with the music? You know what I mean? Because like I know that some people might come to you with something that like isn't as a high quality as like somebody else.
If it's just not like your
exactly, or just like something that's not your preference. Is like when you fuck with the music, is it easier for you to go on with the process? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's so much easier when I could connect with the song
and the person too. I was gonna say it must like really matter, like because you said the shooting part's your favorite part. So I was like, they're also thinking, is it due to the person like that you're shooting with?
Yeah, it varies. You know, everything. It's always different, but yeah, when the person is easy to work with, obviously it's gonna be that much better to do. You know, it's gonna be more fun. It's just gonna be a better process all along. Cause you can just I don't know. You can just I feel like it's easier to get a vision for what you want out of the video when you truly believe in the music and the person behind it. You know, you do actually have a vision for what you want. Whereas like if I'm not really feeling the song, or if the artist being a dick, then like I'm just like that much less motivated to make something great. You know,
I'm more prone to have like mental creative blocks. I get that.
Is that something you deal with like? I don't want to say consistently, but like it's like when someone's like actually being a dick.
Nah, very rarely. I've had a few bad experiences, but even those weren't anything crazy. You know, just people, you know, some
I
people
imagine
have bad
most
days.
people want to be there, so. you
Right,
know,
right,
They're
yeah.
paying you to come do that.
That's what I'm saying.
thing,
But plus,
yeah.
you also have like you're the reputation. Like you're Ray. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like you're that dude who shoots the good video. You're the dude who like makes it what they want it kind of idea. You know? So
yeah,
like,
yeah. I've had people be like just very doubtful throughout the whole process, and when that happens, I'm kind of just like, dude, what? Like, you gotta trust me. You know, there's gotta be some sort of low level of trust. If
No,
we're gonna
yeah.
do something great. But even then, like, I understand. You know, people, if they like you said, they're paying for it too. So it's like they want to make sure that they're getting something that they want. You know, I understand that too.
No,
So,
yeah.
It's like a balance. You know.
I get that. I would find it hard to believe anybody acting up like on set with you. You know what I mean? Just because like, truthfully, you do have like a Cole Bennett kind of vibe. Because like he also is that kind of guy where he's just like, you know, it's almost like he doesn't take any shit. But at the same time, like he's never gonna give you any shit. It's like it's a principle. It's like set when you kind of get on there.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would kind of find that hard to believe. But I also get the money aspect. Speaking of money, the business part of it. You said that you were kind of getting into like, you know, getting your own, making an LLC and stuff like that. When was like the actual time where you kind of like, yo, I can make more money for this? Like, what videos were the ones that like really boosted you?
Or even just like, what was the point in time where you were like, this is what I want to do with my life?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint, you know, because it's kind of just like a gradual thing, like the whole development of it all. But I don't know. Yeah, it's really hard to put a timestamp on it like that. But
you were always like a creative person growing up. And
yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I definitely always wanted to do something creative. When I was real little, I wanted to like be like a writer, you know, and like I liked like kids books too, with like the illustrations and shit, Dr. Seuss, all that. Like that is just mad cool. So I wanted to be a writer, like a little author. Get the
Man, don't shy away
creative
from
energy
that,
out.
man.
Yeah, no, for sure, for
You
sure. I
get
can
back into
do
it,
that.
right? Like
Yeah.
write your shit, write your poems, write little shit like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, at this point, like anything you do that's like differs from like the videos and shit is gonna get like views. It's gonna be seen. You know what I mean? Like you have a following, you have like a fan base, so like you can put your other shit on. Like, don't kill that dream.
No,
bro.
for sure,
You know what I mean?
for sure. Yeah, keep the options open. for
Nah,
sure.
that's sick.
Absolutely.
Children's book. I never even thought about like
Right,
writing
yeah, because you
children's
could get
book.
you could get real cool with the kid. Like it doesn't have to be this lame shit that you see all the time with the kids books. You could get like fly
Dr.
as
Seuss
hell.
was a great example.
No,
Facts.
yeah,
That
yeah.
shit was fire.
Yeah, all the illustrations in it too.
Mhm.
It's just incredible.
It's wavy. You could get mad wavy with kids books.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it's like we were saying before, the simplicity of it. You could really bring out like some cool shit out.
They're also
there, for sure.
perceivable. So like, you know, what you put into them will stick. So if you want like a message to be put out to the youth, that's like one of the perfect places to implement it. You know what I mean?
I like to think of kids books as like, because who's reading a kid's book? An adult, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's really an adult book put in a way that a kid can process it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
Like
also gotta make it the adult like it.
yeah, no doubt. But like all of Dr. Seuss's books had like really, really like deep lessons in them that a kid on the surface when he's learning about the Lorax isn't gonna understand, you know? So like
Like the idea, I mean, the trees, you know what I mean?
he'll say don't cut down a tree, but he's not gonna understand like, the layers of shit that we've been doing to the earth for goddamn years,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And Dr. Seuss started writing like things for the World War II. Like he was writing like
For real.
not propaganda, but like anti-propaganda comics and shit like that.
Like political comments.
Yeah, political comics, exactly. Like he was like known for that before he started writing children's books. So like the idea is deeply layered. Like he could, if you had a couple good stories and with like a moral idea base to it that you made in like some swagged out way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
facts.
hard. And he did have like a simplicity with a uniqueness, like a crazy in depth, but like there were simplicities to his thing, I thought.
Yeah, and he had his like super signature style too.
Yeah.
Everything,
The
like,
illustrations.
you see Dr. Seuss, you know it's Dr. Seuss. Like, that
Even if
shit's
you
so
hear the
fun.
words, like the rhythm that he kept, you know.
You ever seen that fucking the Migos reading? It was like the Migos rapped one of the Dr. Seuss books over
I
a beat
saw
or
that.
something. It was crazy.
I was honestly thinking about like he has his own like vocabulary almost like a Shakespearean kind of thing where he like invented words and stuff. So did Dr. Seuss. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very interesting. That's a cool dream, man. Don't let it die.
Yeah.
What
I
is
mean,
that?
I was dumb young when I was like.
Yeah, I know, but like when I was in like
but
third
that'd
grade,
be
I wanted to
fresh.
be a poet, and then like I posted some poetry shit when I got a little bit older, and like one of my boys commented some shit, and like it never didn't like go away. It always resonated with me. I was like, I can't be a poet. That shit's like gay or something, because like
Killed
he
the
said that's
dream.
gay on my post or something. Exactly.
Yeah.
But now like I thought about it, I was like, damn, I want to write poems. So I write poems
Yeah.
like all the time now. I just keep a
Yeah.
journal. So like you should just write down your ideas and shit when it comes to like the children's books.
Fire, dope.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, what are you doing right now if not making stories just out of music videos?
True.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different medium.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way, when you're a kid, you don't know exactly what you want for the rest of your life, and that dream's just going to develop into a different fashion, a different pattern. You know, you just got to let it, and I admire that about you, because you let it. You know what I mean? And you're going for it, bro.
You could also make your music videos into a children's book if it isn't like if it isn't overly explicit. You know what I mean? Like a
Or
certain-
like at least in that like kind of cartoony vibe.
Exactly.
Like, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that Geo video, it could be like
That's
a little
exactly what I was thinking, like a
Yeah,
mime.
it's like a
You know what I
story.
mean? It is a story. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of videos. They have like a general aesthetic to it, but there might not be like a story that goes along with it, and it's still great. But like when it has like a story matching the song, that might have like two ideas collided later.
Mhm.
Did you guys like come up with that like on set, or did he
That
come
was
to you
all
with
him.
the idea?
Yeah, that
Cool.
whole concept was all him, and then like we kind of bounced ideas back and forth. But yeah, because the song itself was like it was kind of like a falling out of love song, you know, and like the hook is like, if you got something to say, just tell me.
Yeah.
So the whole concept is like mimes don't talk. So he's
Yeah.
like,
Cool.
can't
It's
say
very
it,
smart.
you know, so,
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
and then he was like, yeah, that was great. I pulled up, I couldn't believe the makeup he had, like that. They nailed it. I think he had his girl do the makeup for him and his outfit and everything.
Cool.
And that shit was just so dope.
It was so hard.
So dope. But yeah, it's cool. Like with telling a story with these videos, it's like generally I've tried to stray away from strict storylines and like plots in music videos
Mhm.
because you really have to nail it if you're gonna do
I would
it.
say sometimes I like see not even like you, just like in general. It's like it has a good beginning kind of a story, but then it falls out. It's like not a real
Yeah.
plot almost. So like
Yeah.
Well, I
I
feel
see
like
what you're saying.
it's a plot in a very indirect way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
Like,
it might just be meaningless kind of idea. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, or it just represents what the artist is trying to convey, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or maybe if you're going with it, it's like what the vibe you're getting from the artist.
I'm thinking about like that video with like Rick Ross and DJ Khaled when he gets like pulled over and then he's like, "You don't know who we are? He's like, we the best." And then he's like, "Nah, like I'm gonna need to see your ID." And then like he's like, "All right." He's like, "Get out of the car." He like gets out and then like he runs and jumps off the bridge and then like it's just like kind of like a mini story of like
Yeah.
some stupid shit, but it has like
Yeah.
no relevance. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But just some shit like that. But I get what you're saying. If it
Facts.
doesn't have like a I don't want to say philosophy, but if it's not like tied into what the music is about, like Geo's was in a sense, you know, then the story might not like be completed in a way.
Yeah, and I feel like there's just like there's a lot of factors you have to get right if you're doing a storyline or like a plot, because like you walk a fine line of being really corny with the shit. Like when
Yeah.
you try to make a plot video, like if it's not shot right, if you're using actors too, especially like a good actor is hard to find. So
Yeah.
like it there's so many factors that go into it, and if you don't nail it just right, like you could end up with something really corny.
Yeah, I feel you, like some like early 2000 like Rebecca Black shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Deadass. Yeah, no, I feel that. But
Friday.
like, how you're using actors? In
Nah,
music?
I mean, yeah, I've used like for like some light shit, you know, I've had people play certain little parts, like that Geo video, you know, there's
Yeah.
the little
People coming up
scenarios.
to them,
Yeah, like just little things like that. But I more so mean like if you're doing like more developed plots in the video,
Yeah,
like
trying to get like a narrative going.
yeah, with any speaking dialogue, and then when you get into like the dialogue, then you gotta look at like microphone equipment, sound quality, and like there's just so much that goes into the more developed plots, and Yeah, so I try to stray away from those unless I like believe in it, and also like it makes it a lot easier when it's more of like it's more vague and it's more of like a concept piece instead, like that Geo video, like
Yeah.
it wasn't like a super, like there was no dialogue, there wasn't like a super set storyline going on, but it was like this general themed idea, you know, and you could
Yeah.
kind of follow along with it, and that's what I liked because it kind of just like it was artistic, you know, and it's just not corny.
Yeah.
Just try to
Yeah,
stray
no,
away
that,
from
I
being corny.
fucked with that heavily.
No, I liked
Yeah.
it too. I remember I sent it to like all my friends immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys need to see this. Like, this is like the kind of shit we need to be making
Yeah.
if we're making shit, like
Appreciate
music wise. And man, the video was incredible too.
Thank you, man. That dude Gio's mad cool too. Shout out Gio, I love that guy.
Yeah, he went out to like California and shit. I saw and like did some shit out there. Do you go like? Is that like a thing that you've done yet? Is like get flown out or
Travel.
fly out and travel?
Yeah, I've gone to a few different places, just mainly Cali, a couple times, but not too much honestly, cause I don't know. It's just like the budget just goes up, you know, when I have to
Go
travel
for it.
places. So it's like I don't blame people for not wanting to fly out and do it from Massachusetts to like just come shoot like a video, but it is fun though. I love shooting like other places, just getting out of the area.
Yeah, 100%. Must be a cool way to be able to like see other parts of the country. Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. Some of that shit is. I brought my camera through like Indiana, and I was looking back on my footage. It was the worst shit ever, bro. That shit's so boring. The only good footage I got there was a sign that said "Hell is real," and it was just like on the side of the road. As I drove by, I was like, "What the fuck?"
That was intense.
It was very intense, man. It was very intense. But that was like, they had like weird ass like religious signs everywhere. Not anything you see around here. Very
That's crazy.
odd.
Is that Indiana?
Yeah, Indiana. I went to get this, bro. Crawfordsville. That was the
Crawfordsville.
that was the name of the town in
Sounds like they
Indiana.
combined two town names.
Dead
into
ass,
one.
bro. On some bullshit. But yeah, I went there for like my cousin's wedding a couple years ago. But I was in Chicago, so like it wasn't that bad. I like was there for a couple days and then went to Indiana for a day or two for the wedding, and then went back to Chicago because Indiana was pretty garbage.
What's even in Indiana?
I'm
Like
telling you.
what notable things?
Okay, notable things. Me and my boys were talking about this. You got like the Pacers. You got like sports teams, right? Like Pacers, Colts, and then like they've got Indiana University and like Vanderbilt University. Talking like people like Freddie Gibbs is from Indiana.
Okay.
Damn, I did not
Michael
know that.
Jackson and like the Jackson 5 are from Gary, Indiana. So is Freddie
Damn.
Gibbs. He's from Gary. Larry Bird is from Indiana.
Big Al Larry.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, you know,
What's
I
the
mean-
capital of Indiana?
Indianapolis,
For real?
I believe.
That's crazy.
I could be wrong, but yeah, it's dude. I highly suggest anybody, if you've made it this far and you're watching, don't go to Indiana. Unless you need to.
Yeah,
It
no.
really is.
Don't go to
It's
Indiana.
pretty boring.
I mean, they have very strict pot laws.
They
Really?
do.
Like,
They do.
not even medically
Dude, all right.
legal.
So I have a
Damn.
story.
Yeah.
I have a story. So my cousin got like pulled over and he was driving, and then my cousin was driving my older cousin's car. The cousin driving is like my age, like a week apart. And he's my boy, but we had to take separate cars, so we were kind of tight. And I was ripping dab pen on the trip and stuff like that, but they had actual weed in the car, and they got pulled over.
Damn.
Yeah, and then like they had to dump their weed, but my other cousin, there was 3 cousins in the car, and my other cousin like went like this and like did the old flip the bag around kind of trick, and went like this and flipped the bag around. The guy was like, dump it, so he like pretended like he dumped it, and then like dumped out a little bit and flipped the rest of it around, so it didn't dump out. Flipped
Wait,
it
like
back.
it was like a Ziploc?
Yeah, it was like you know those like real drug dealer bags. They don't. There's no zip on it. It's just like open with the little lip on
Yeah,
it.
the sandwich bag.
Oh,
The
yeah,
sandwich
yeah,
bag.
yeah.
Exactly. Like you lick it shut kind of deal. It was like one of those bags.
Oh, you
so like,
hate when people
he-
lick and shut.
yeah.
That's just so gross.
dude, there are people who
Don't
like
lick my
I've
bag.
gotten weed before where they like whoever it was had like tied it in like that knot. You know what I mean? Where you like loop it through and then pull it,
That's the
and then they
worst.
burned off the top. So then it's like
Sealed.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, how am I supposed to? Oh, I gotta rip the bag now.
Yeah,
I gotta put it in
yeah.
a different bag. Just give it to me in the little baggie rolled up, like weed's supposed to be.
I don't know. I've had people hand it to me in like a market basket bag
Nuh-uh.
that they like poured it down the bottom and then ripped off the corner. You know what I mean? And then just tied that little bit off.
Yeah.
That's
So,
wild.
yeah,
That's next level shit.
I mean, it was good weed. You know, the guy just didn't have a lot of time. You know.
Dude, that's
Pringles,
crazy.
you know, the little Pringles can,
Yeah.
the little mini. I got one of those once, and that was like the sickest shit. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
I was also like, damn, is it gonna be like salt?
Yeah, right. You
it was
want
like
that
sour
out,
cream and
right?
onion too. So there was like, sour cream and onion chips that have like this shit on them. So
Yeah, sour cream
there's
and
shit
onion
on
bud.
it. It didn't smell like chips though. I don't know. But that's also weird though if they took the time out to like wash it out.
Dude, maybe
Well,
he's
it's also
just
like cardboard.
really into recycling.
True.
So you might get wet.
He likes to reuse, reduce, and recycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Appreciate
interesting.
that.
Got a green
Appreciate
thumb.
that.
Yeah, but he gave you a lifetime experience. Like that's
Yeah.
some shit that could be in a movie. Like
Facts.
some James Franco ass drug dealer gets
Uh-huh.
gets in the whip and he's like, oh, I ain't have no bags left. Here's the weed in the Pringles can. And it's just
Yeah.
like an ounce in like a Pringles can filled up, on some dumb shit. That's like some movie stuff. That's what I live for, man. I swear. I've been trying to like preach that more often. That's why I want to like just go.
Movie-like experience.
I'm always like, yo, let's go out to the city at night. I don't give a fuck. We'll stay up till whatever in the morning. I'm always trying to get like Al, my boy Alex, and like everybody else to go do that shit. And no one's ever hit, bro. And then like, but I'm trying to be on that movie shit. Like, not even, movie viral kind of shit.
I
I'm
feel
talking
like
like I'm trying to make my life like things that are in a movie. Just like, not all the
Every
time, but
good
we gotta have
movie
good experiences.
has something that goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's funny. Because the way that they deal with it is funny. I'd rather just like
It doesn't have
not
to
get
be.
jumped by a bum, and
No,
I don't want
no,
that
no.
to be my movie.
No,
man.
it doesn't need to be
I don't
like
want that to be
it
my
doesn't
movie.
need to be a conflict kind of thing. It could be bullshit. And that's what usually goes on when you get a bunch of intoxicated or people on drugs like going through the city, you know what I mean? Like if you're fried and like your boys are drunk and like you're just like you went to the casino and now you're in Providence like walking through the streets on some dumb shit. Like there's always some bullshit that goes on, I have like stories, up the ass about just like stupid things. But you need to like, what I'm referring to is like when you're with like your parents and they're like, yo, this one time, like blah blah blah, and like I've heard stories like we went to our beach week house and there was no firewood and it was like raining super cold, so we burnt all the furniture in the house to keep it warm. You know what I mean? Like stories like that, like just stupid shit that can just attribute to a good story in the end.
Right.
Your life's a story. I want to be written with like good little chapters.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if I ever had like any like grandkids, I would want to be able to tell them like some wild shit.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
facts.
saying, dude. I mean,
It'd be like, damn, grandpa was a sicko.
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Because like, I don't know. When I was in high school, I have some good stories, but like since then, I've been pretty like over the past like year and a half, 2 years, I've been fairly responsible. Which and it's not that we have to be irresponsible to have a good time, but like a little bit. You gotta throw some like of your rationalness outside.
Yeah.
Leave it at the door when you get in the car and leave for the night kind of idea.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
I'm also just a degenerate. I'm always trying to go like gamble and shit like that. Like let's go to the casino. I don't care if it's for $40. I'll go and I'll lose it. You know what I mean? Like if that's all I got, that's all I got. I'm going to the casino kind of thing. That's just me. I don't know.
Hey man, that's a good attitude for life. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta like get out there and make some memories. Like you said, like leave some dope ass stories for your grandkids.
No, I mean there's been like some people like my boy Zach Vasquez. Like I don't know if you went to Bloomberg. I don't know if you know him. A couple years younger than you probably. He's just a kid who's always on the spot, down to do anything. Like he'll go to the casino, the bar, any club, like just the city to roam the city, Celtics game, concert, whatever it is. Like if you tell him like give him 15 minutes to get ready and take a shower, like he's gone and we're there, And it's always some bullshit with him too. That's what I mean. Like it doesn't have to be like a absolute conflict, but it's just some bullshit. He'll be like, yo, I forgot my keys in the car and we're already like blah blah blah, and just locked himself out, or my wallet's at the house, blah blah blah, some bullshit. Before we keep going, we're gonna take a break and go to the sponsor. He only does 30 minutes at a time, so gotta break it up a little bit. Shout out Flipping Ships, my boy Jay. I'll show you the shit. He flips boats. And he's on TikTok and shit. He's making content, so I'll get you here. Shout out Jay. Our sponsor for PTP is Flippin' Ships. Flippin' Ships was founded by CEO Jason Reynolds during late quarantine, and Jason is in the business of providing you with entertainment. Whether you're looking for a restored boat in great condition you can take on the lakes, or if you're interested in watching the process go down, Jason's got it all. His TikToks show the process in an entertaining way for all ages, but check out his YouTube videos because they show every detail of the flip. Check him out on TikTok and YouTube for some at-home or on-the-go entertainment. His handle is Flippin' Ships. That's flipping without the G, ships. And be on the lookout for these flip ships soon on Facebook and Instagram. I was going to say, since you put out that single AO, which I fuck with, and it seemed like everybody kind of fucked with.
Thank you, bro.
You know, that was the thing about earlier, too. I was like, if you put out a children's book or just some, like, you know, writing of any sort and then promoted it through, like, your Instagram, like, people are going to see it and they're going to love it. You know what I mean? Because it's you and it's, like, genuine. Same thing with the music. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, are you trying to explore more shit with the music? Like, are you into indie and stuff like that?
Like creating?
Yeah, or just, like, are you into, like, other genres other than rap in general? Like, when it comes to listening to music?
Oh, listening? Yeah, for sure.
So does that make you want to, like, make it in general?
Not really, just because, like, I feel like stay in my lane type shit. You know?
No, I feel that.
I gotta stick to what I can, what I'm capable of, at least. You know, if I was, like, mad talented with instruments and shit, then I'd be more motivated to try different genres and shit. But all I really got is like my voice to work with. So
yeah, no, totally. And honestly, I always find that if someone listens to more rap growing up, like a lot of times they'll gravitate towards rap, even if they listen to indie once they like mature a little bit.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? At least that's my experience.
No, yeah, on some Sublime shit, like I always say. It's like they were rappers, you know, and then they were also musicians at the same time, but they, like, at some point were like, yeah, I'm gonna be a rapper, and then, like, that didn't really pan out for them the way they wanted it, so then they came together and just did what they did, but then combined the two, which is, like, incredible, you know, the nuance they did.
Yeah, I think it's incredible when people make their own genre. Like, the most impressive thing about things like Sublime and even like the people who started off in the beginning of rap, like it's just they're not having anyone before them to be able to base shit off of. You know what I mean? They're kind of just taking their own intuition, building as they go, and going by feel.
Dude, like fucking what's his name, Masiego or whatever. You know who I'm talking about, dude? That guy Masego. Is that how you pronounce his name?
I think I have no idea.
But the dude from like the that museum video, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. I think that's FKJ.
And FKJ, that guy. That's completely like a nuanced feel. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That guy with the loops, and he makes everything himself, and then loops it, and then it's really jazzy, but it's got like a boom bap also, kind of like you could rap on it. That shit, he's going off nothing, it seems like.
Well, what's incredible about that is he builds his loops in front of you, and then will, like, just through his controller, be able to create something incredibly produced. You know what I mean? Like, someone who could, like, most people can't do that when they're sitting at their laptop for hours.
No,
and he's doing it live and then reproducing it for people. You know
that's what I mean. It's like nuanced in a sense where, like, genre wise he's kind of making some new shit, but at the same time, like, technology wise, like, who the fuck does that? Like, I don't know anybody who can fucking do that shit.
Crazy.
Record all those instruments and then play them live. He did a show. Frank showed me it. It was at a museum. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like a French art museum, and he pulls up and, like, I don't know if he gave out all the headphones or the museum did it, but everybody's headphoned in. It's not like it's not like a performance like normally. Crazy. And then he just was going as pull it up, bro, and show him a little bit of it. That shit was insane. It's like you know those silent, like, techno or whatever. It's like, you know, you go to the club and everybody's wearing headphones and they're like going like this, you know.
That shit's crazy.
But it's silent in there. It was like that, but it's just him absolutely jamming with, like, this beautiful art ring all around. It was incredible. Fucking ad.
When you hand someone your logo.
Fuck.
Speaking of ads, I'll say it again. We need more advertisement if you know anybody who does like any sort of business thing of any sort, or if you want to even make like a little thing, just be like, hey,
like
Ray, make
promotional
like
shit?
just like a little ad.
Hell
We
yeah.
need more ads to give people.
Hell
so.
yeah, we'll definitely be in touch for sure.
Word, yeah. I mean, like, you don't gotta pay me or I don't gotta pay you kind of shit. Just like,
Yeah, fuck
whoever
it.
sees it might get a video
Right,
kind of
right.
idea. I'm trying to just promote everybody.
Yeah, but this is the setting. It's like the French art museum or fine art museum. Like this is, I don't know if it's painted on the walls or projected, but everyone's got their headphones in, sitting fucking crisscross applesauce, and he's just like, it's like
This is crazy.
it's like a live art scene, you know?
Damn, that art is nuts.
Right?
He didn't touch anything. He doesn't touch any buttons and it just loops like and cuts off the 8 bar or whatever.
Well, it's all in the technology, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
So like
It's just
he'll preset an 8-bar loop, 16-bar loop, however long it is, and then through his controller he can set other loop lengths as well.
He's got pedals too with his feet.
Yeah. And then you'll see him like throw on the effects and stuff, and
Yeah, this is just raw talent. Like,
yeah.
But it's such a nuanced thing. Like, who the fuck can do all this shit? But it's like, you know, Tame Impala does all this shit, but when he plays it live, he doesn't do it like this. He has other people play like the other shit, and he plays like the main whatever, and then does vocals.
There's a couple people who do this shit, but like it's just a matter of the mastery of the what he's doing, you know.
Steely Dan used to,
Seamless.
you know, Steely Dan.
I feel like I do.
They're pretty popular, like in like the 70s, 80s. They're like really soft rock.
Okay, true.
And but they're a 2-man band. So like when they play live, dude will play like 2 instruments at one time. And same thing with Rush.
Rush is good.
Yeah, fucking I don't remember if it was the bassist or if it was the guitar player would play. I think it was the bass player would play the bass and the synth at the same time.
Yeah.
So at one time you'd be doing shit with one hand and then like all the other shit with one hand. They have like crazy synths, so like it's kind of cool to see like maybe he was influenced by that kind of shit.
Yeah, totally.
That's crazy.
It's also just like as technology advances, new innovations are allowed. Like it's only been an opportunity to do that shit at the level that he's doing it for like what 5 years, something like that. Like
Yeah. Well, definitely that loop shit for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
No, I don't know. Maybe like 10. Because like
10, yeah.
it's-
And
loop
when I
machine's
say
been
that
around
with
for
that
kind of longer than
ease,
we
like
think.
he's doing it with the controller and
Yeah.
maybe like a foot pedal. You know what I mean? Other people would have like 15 fucking foot pedals in front of them,
Yeah.
and they're like stomping all over the place like they're doing the Cotton Eye Joe while they're playing the shit to be able to hit the different.
But where do you differ
instruments,
that
yeah.
from like a Metro Boomin doing like his shit with like all the different just loops on the same pad? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean
It's
that's
like a live element.
I think
to
it's
it.
part of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I think
I
that's
think so
an
too, but-
aspect of what he's doing, but I don't know if that's like the whole like that guy's doing everything. You
It's
know?
true. But there's also a skill to sampling, bro. It's so
100%.
difficult. Like I try to do the shit, and then when I see him do some shit, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's just like it's worlds apart when like and like I'm not even trying to hype you up because there's people like Metro Boomin and like people above you that are like crazy exactly like make you do that, but like I have minimal skills of like sampling, so then like that's a skill too, like just trying to make that flow correctly and sound great. It's a skill. Speaking of that, let's get into the tune talk. You've been listening to any song, like in particular, that you would recommend everybody check out, other than your own? I mean, everybody check out AO. Yeah, fire. Like I said before, I've honestly watched it like 10, 15 times now. It's been gas. Just the aesthetic and like the nonchalantness.
Appreciate that.
It's great.
No, yeah. Music wise, I've been listening to my boy Austin Waters. I don't know if you've seen any of his shit.
Yeah, I saw you made one of his music
Austin.
videos.
Yeah,
like the red, like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dope. He just dropped a mixtape. It's called Kissin' Me. It's fire. He got that dude Gio's on one of the songs.
Word.
He does a hook on one of them, and then you know this dude DJ Lucas.
DJ Lucas, yeah, from Western Mass. That's what
we were
Tyler
talking about
was
him on the
saying.
last cast.
Yeah.
He got him on the opening track. That whole tape I would recommend. It's my favorite thing he's done so far, music wise, and it's just great. It was a great project. It was very focused. He like honed in on what he's good at, and yeah, I think my favorite song on there was I just tripped out. I thought that was me for a second.
My phone?
Yeah, it's not me.
Oh, let it go. Keep going.
I think you can hit it on.
Oh, yeah. Just press the con. My fault.
No, you're good. I forget what was I saying.
Austin Waters.
Oh, yeah. My favorite song on there would have to be the opening track. It's called When I Can, featuring DJ Lucas.
Word.
Love that song.
I saw you shooting some shit on some ice and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was my boy Austin.
That was for him?
Yeah, I actually wasn't. I was just shooting B cam for that one. My boy Sam was shooting that one.
Word.
They were just out there messing around. My boy Skylar is in that song that they were shooting for. He's on the tape too. I think it's song number 2. It's called Die in My Stew. So far, whole tape, amazing.
Word. We'll have to check it out. Everybody else check that shit out too.
Sure.
Okay.
What are you, Frank?
Shit. I would probably go with. Oh damn! All I can think of is like really mainstream shit. If I'm gonna be honest, what I've been bumping recently is fucking it's something freestyle by Drake.
97 freestyle.
Nah. It's one of
Lemon Pepper?
Nah. Damn, you got mad freestyles.
Damn, he does.
We could do this for a while. Let me look at my phone real quick. You go,
Word,
and then I'll fill you in.
That's a tough one. I've been trying to get back into my Mac Miller shit lately. He's just the shit. So, and I have a extensive CD collection. Believe it or not, kind of odd. I like the old forms of like media. I have like tapes and shit like that, all that stuff. But my boy, shout out to Mario. He gave me Good AM and Circles for my birthday. Just like I got him like some shit for his birthday, and like he was just like, yo, like I got you a CD, blah blah blah, and tossed it to me. And on Good AM, it's Cut the Check featuring Chief Keef, bro. It's a classic. If you like, Mac Miller / just boom bap, like hard shit, that's what it is, man. Just fucking Chief Keef too, like with Mac Miller, that's just another level of music, man.
Yeah, I think Chief Keef, he's like talking about his shoes or something in his verse. He's like, but I should have went out of one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, bro. That's exactly
so
what he said. Yeah.
So sick.
That's bad funny. You found it?
I did. All right. So it's Chicago freestyle.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So if you're trying to get in your feels, yeah. I don't Givian.
Yeah,
I believe that's who that is.
I think he might be a British like singer.
Regardless, gorgeous voice, bro.
Incredible.
Yeah. So if you're trying to get in your feels and listen to Drake get down and dirty, I'd recommend.
Dude, he does that little Eminem flow in that
he
one.
Does.
Yeah, I think he samples like the beat too. Like, that's
That's crazy.
Yeah,
but
maybe I didn't know that. There's little subtle things like that. Yeah, but no, he did like take that little cadence.
The women they come.
Yeah, man, go. Yeah, exactly. Dude, we were cooking up that beat. Do you want to have Franco? I want Franco to hop on like the other end of it and finish that thing up. Just some little things. Do you want to like throw on a little shit and do a little quick like freestyle on a beat?
Oh hell no!
No?
I can't. I can't. Like I cannot freestyle for the life.
Word.
Nah, I would, but
I figured I'd give it a shot.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make music with anybody who's trying to make music who comes on the podcast.
Yeah,
so I figured I'd give it a go. But
I'd be down to sit down, work on something some other time for sure.
Word,
like try to feel it out, but I need to think if I'm like.
I totally feel that. Yeah, I'm the same way. That I usually, especially if I'm writing, like usually I can make a beat kind of on the spot and be able to vibe like that. But if I have to like put pen on paper, I gotta think. Yeah.
Well, I think that's like the cool part about the way a lot of people do recording now is like, do you go on like and see people in the booth and shit? Like, do people hit you up before like they even record it? Like they have the idea that you see them record it and then you go. Cool. That must be cool.
Yeah, you can see like the whole process and like let that inspire you.
They do a lot of like plug and chug though, or like chopping like.
It's really common nowadays. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Just like punching in.
Yeah, punching in.
Bar.
Exactly. It's I think it's like a changed rap though, if you ask me. Because you can tell when it's like one take sometimes, but you can also tell when it's like kind of chopped up. Because it's like, how is anybody going to be able to breathe like that, keep that flow?
Yeah, there's a lot of benefits to it for sure. And then because it's just like I feel like it sounds very casual, you know, and just like laid back, real, even like not even casual, like because like I know a lot of like street rappers be doing it too, so like people just. Because when you think of something right on the spot and then just lay it down, like then you don't overthink it. You know? Like,
exactly.
Whereas if you're writing it down, then you could overthink a bar, and then it could have been a great bar, but you just were looking at it too much. You rapped it too many times, and then it doesn't end up happening. You know, so I think there's definitely a lot of value in that shit.
Yeah, it's like the same shit you were talking about with like sometimes it's good to just do shit on the spot. Because you don't want to over process shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's the same mentality, just applied to a different trade.
So there's like a good engineer too. It like just sounds crazy. Like if you can get like we did one with we made a song with Fendi one day, and
Shout
shout out Fendi. After the podcast, we just had some shit, and I had some shit, some of it written, and then like some of it we were just like punching in, but like he just punched in like 8 bars and then like another 4 and then like another 4 and then like did all the ad libs, but then like the way Frank mixed it after was just crazy. So then like mixture of like the artist and the engineer there is like where it's really needed. You can tell the difference between like when someone's making it in the room, you know, clocking in and shit like that. Speaking of clocking in, I'm sure you got some shit to do. You're a busy man. I don't want to hold you up any longer than you got to be held up.
Yeah, I'm cooling on time right now. It's like, yeah, no, I'm cooling on time. I don't got anywhere to be too soon, but yeah.
Cool. Word. Well, we can wrap it up, bro. It's all good. It's a great conversation. I'm excited to close this one off. I was excited to get this one in. Pick your brain a little bit.
I appreciate you guys having me too.
Oh man, it was great.
Keep doing this shit too. This shit's cool.
Consistency is key.
I love seeing just like the local scene, you know, being broadcasted in any way. You know,
we appreciate it. That's the whole idea. It's just putting on everybody else. You know what I mean? Like as you know, as well as ourselves, it helps us get promoted. You know, whatever we're doing. But I also like love just because I felt that. I was in quarantine during like the first quarantine, and I was like, I gotta do something, you know, and like I was just thinking about myself and like everybody else I know who makes like music and shit. I'm like, damn, we get no love, bro. Like we could post anything, you get like 20 likes or whatever, you know, 40 likes. It's a cold world. But I felt that if people knew who like we actually were, then people would like us, you know what I mean, and like would rather listen to our shit. And then I thought about it. I was like, there is so many people doing the same shit in the area who are cool, who are genuine, who are like doing the same shit, but it's different. You know what I mean? They got their own little lane of that shit, you know, and they go off in their own direction, and like they can go on and make their like own kind of shit in the end all be all. But like they're not getting broadcasted and they don't have a voice either. So then like at that point I was like, no, fuck it, we gotta like put on for everybody. You know?
Hell yeah, for sure.
Especially it's like it's crazy how many people in our area are like into the music shit or just like doing anything.
Talent. So much talent hidden everywhere.
I'm trying to just encourage people as well to like go out and do whatever their thing is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of people think that it's just like it's a fucking cold world, bro, you know, and they're not even gonna like try in the first place because they're expecting to fail.
Yeah, it can get discouraging for sure, being an artist. Especially Massachusetts, like, you know, it's like
not much of a scene.
Yeah, but like we're a little ways out from Boston too. A lot of people just feel hopeless with that shit. So but I don't know, I feel like what should drive an artist, everybody's different too, but what should drive an artist is like the love of doing it. So if they love doing it, then they're gonna keep doing it, and that's 100%. That's when the best art is made for sure. So
that's for real.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I remember talking about something similar on the last podcast with Tyler, and if you love what you're doing, regardless of like money that you're being paid or something, then you know that you're gonna live a happy life. And at least you fucking gave it your best shot.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Tyler, you shot some videos for him too back in the day, right?
Yeah, shout out to I love that kid.
Yeah, I love that kid too, man. He was great, man. He was awesome.
Yeah,
and
genuine.
Dude, I'm glad to see he started spitting again, bro. Because he kind of like when I met him like a couple weeks ago, like probably over a month ago now. I met him for the first time. He was like a friend of a friend, and then he was telling me how he wanted to get into the producing side more and just like wanted to like work with people and be around like people. But then he was like, he put out that like little EP that was like fire, and I'm glad to see he's like back doing it. And, like,
I've been bumping that ever since the podcast.
Dude, it's fire, bro.
Yeah,
he's got his own little like lane too with that shit too.
Facts.
Like psychedelic, like I don't say like Flatbush Zombies, but it's like, you know, that like
Yeah.
Omni is kind of like.
Well, that's
boom
what I
bap.
enjoy
Yeah.
about it. It's kind of unique in that sense where you can't put it in words, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he's
just
not
gotta-
trying
you
to
gotta
sound
listen.
like anybody
Yeah.
else. He's not trying to do anything but like make cool shit, have
Yeah.
fun with it. 'Cause you could tell like that dude loves it. You know,
No,
like,
yeah.
like it's cool.
That was the coolest part about him. Is he
Mhm.
just like really loves doing it.
Okay.
Well, we can wrap it up here. Man, it was a
Mhm.
pleasure. I'm happy we finally got you on.
Yeah, of course.
Man, I
Appreciate
love
you
talking
having
to you. We can, you know, further down the road, we'll definitely get another one in, hopefully.
Hell yeah. Y'all got
Hopefully,
any
for sure, whenever you're down.
for sure, anytime.
Word.
Who you guys got lined up?
So coming up, so by the time that this is put out, it'll be a couple of days past, and Tyler's will be out, and then you obviously, and then we got Get Your Sneakers coming up in their store, like I was saying, so that'll be cool. And then we got our boys live out in Lowell. They be making music. We want to go out there and do one in Lowell. We got like some comedians who are like internet famous, who are like somewhat connected but not huge. Hit us up and like got shit scheduled. Lothar and Chan
Yeah, fire.
are coming on next week probably.
Yo, talk about fucking doing it because you love it. Those dudes.
Oh yeah.
Those
Zen
dudes
Den.
love this shit.
Yeah,
fuck
that's what it really seems
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
That's why I want to talk to them. You know, the
Hell
idea of
yeah.
it too is networking. So it's like, you know, if I know you and you know them and you introduce me to them and they're on the same kind of shit that I'm on, we all like, you know, go in together. But I think it's cool. Plus, like anything I give you, he can take. You know what I mean? Like if I give him something musically, like just an idea of like how I do my process, he can take it and make his like
Hell
do
yeah.
whatever. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, same thing, vice versa with me.
Yes, sir.
So it's a cool thing we got going on here.
Fuck yeah.
We just trying to go a little bit harder so we can, you know, pick people's brains, grow
Right,
ourselves, and you know, help other people grow as
Mhm.
well. But that's all we got. Then I'm gonna leave you how I always
Signing
leave you. Believe yourself. Peace.
Peace.